So, if you guys haven't heard, about a week ago, we received a new trailer on Naruto To Boruto. Wait. Yeah, Naruto To Boruto Shinobi Striker. We got a confirmation that it's going to get an early 2018 release date, which I expected that honestly. Even though at the point in time which we got the first trailer, they said the game was only 20% done, I still expected an early 2018 release date, or no, at least no later than summer. Uh, so we got a confirmation on that. We don't have an exact date, but there's that. We got a trailer that showed off some interesting stuff, most notably types and new modes. So, I don't think the types are actually new. You could kind of tell that was going to be it was hinted, but now we just have confirmation that there are types. So basically, there are four character types: speed, attack types, and range types, defensive types, and healing types. So the attack types, they just have good attack power and speed. And in the trailer, we saw Naruto, Kakashi. I believe Kakashi's an attack type too, and Pain. So they just have higher than normal attack power and speed. And then range type characters, which Sasuke was shown to be one Itachi and Konan, have good long distance attacks. And then of course defensive type characters. They gave a description that said a perfect to reinforce the defense. So I'm just assuming they're going to have higher health and just be more resilient to things in general. And then we have healing type characters like Sakura, who basically can heal other characters in addition to herself. So I really like the direction because honestly, if it was just going to be four ninja versus four ninja and just combo, and assuming another thing too, I hope that they go with the Storm's engine of combos, where basically you have at the very least, this is assuming we don't get like an in-depth combo system, which we obviously there's a big chance we won't because the way the game is and the nature of these games. Basically, when we get the simplified combo system, I hope we can jump at any at various points in the combos, and of course there is an air combo. I hope we can chain into that, so we have a little bit more freedom with their combos. And so, like, let's say I'm comboing you, and an opponent is far away, and he locks onto me, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta save my teammate." He's a ranged character. He's Sasuke. He does a fireball. I can jump out of the way before getting hit by just jumping out of my combo. I like the direction that the typings are going with it because it just adds more of a dynamic to the game, like an actual fight in the ninja world. We know that in Naruto, four-man squads are formed, and they usually have at least one healing ninja. Now, they don't go as far as to do, oh, we have this range type and blah, 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 but usually each character or each person on the squad is pretty formidable in a certain area of jutsu. Like, if we look at Team 7, for example, Kakashi and Sasuke could really handle the long range fight. Let's say that Kakashi, Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura are on a mission. They're fighting against some ninja. If they're trying to kill them off with range jutsu, Kakashi and Sasuke would be really efficient at that. This is trying to compare it to the anime, so to speak. And of course, Naruto would be really good up close. And then we have Sakura, who would be really good at healing. So it's interesting that those dynamics are going to play. I hope they play a huge factor in the game because so far they're looking really good. Now, the other things that were revealed were other types, and let's see, one, okay. So yeah, there's this the trailer also mentioned a main mode called Battle. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much where you're going to be able to partake in other modes. So under main mode, there's a barrier battle, which is it's kind of like an Overwatch where you have to defend your point essentially. So there's there's one on attack, there's one side on attack and one on defense. But it's described to have players unlock the seal pile to defeat the enemy boss characters. So there's a little creativity there with how they're doing it. And then there's flag battle where you simply fight over a flag. You have to capture the flag from the enemy's territory to claim victory. And then there's also another mode called Mission, where basically you can cooperate with friends to complete missions of escort, extermination, and subjugation. I'm really excited for this mode called Mission because I feel like, honestly, for if you had any high hopes of this game being competitive, I don't think it's gonna get to that point. But I feel like one of the main reasons Xenoverse 2 succeeded so well, and I'm going to elaborate on this in another video, is because it catered so well to just DBZ fans in general. So it wasn't anything for a DBZ fan to get done watching an episode of Dragon Ball Z. Even to this day, you can watch an episode of Dragon Ball Z, get hype off of seeing Dragon or freaking Goku Super Saiyan Blue, and you can get on Xenoverse 2 and actually play with Goku Super Saiyan Blue, and it'll satisfy that want to, I guess, just play your character and be your character, so to speak, your favorite character. In addition to that, Xenoverse also has other things than a direct combat system for you to do. You can go and you can partake in boss battles with your friends. You can do missions with your friends. You can roam around the city with your friends. In addition to that, there's clothes you can buy, stuff like that. That just makes it more of an enriching and more of a fun-filled experience for people who just love Dragon Ball Z. And I feel like that's why this mission mode will be good, is because let's say, these other modes like Barrier Battle and Fire Battle, let's say they really aren't that fun. It's going to be really fun to, let's say you just watched an episode of Naruto and get on and you got 2 or 3 friends on and you're like, hey, you want to play Naruto To Boruto? And then you get on and you do a subjugation mission together or an extermination mission together, as opposed to just fighting against other human control opponents. You can fight against the AI, and that could be just as fun because it honestly looks pretty fun. I hope they have a variety of these missions to do. Like, I hope it's not just, oh, you can fight. Oh, basically it's an extermination mission, and it's Gamabunta, the toad we saw in the trailer, where basically, oh, we're on the sand stage, you have to find and exterminate him. Or we're on a leaf-based stage, we have to find and exterminate him and stuff like that. I hope it's not that repetitive, because that's one of the areas that, I don't know if you guys have played this game, but Attack on Titan kind of fell in. Attack on Titan was amazing, in my opinion, as far as the core mechanics. But the one thing that hurt it was just extremely repetitive. And that really hurt it, because you would just keep killing the same times in kind of the same fashion every single time. Even to this day, when I play Attack on Titan, the reason why I have fun is because not only do I really enjoy the anime in general, but I make it fun. So I'll literally slice the Titans up in ways that would be really cool to do it. So let's say I'm playing Levi. Levi's my favorite character in anime. Maybe I'll latch onto the Titan, boost forward, latch off to boost past him, then latch again, and then boost again. Just so you get my drift. I'm making it fun. And it's not that it's a boring game, it's just it gets really repetitive. And I hope that doesn't fall prey to Naruto To Boruto as well. And so, yeah, that was pretty much it with the information we got on the game. It's looking pretty good, honestly. I know people were complaining about the graphics. People were saying it looked kind of cool. And lastly, we actually, this is expanding on this, but we also saw in a scan that Shigamaru and Choji are going to be playable. Shigamaru is going to be a heal character, which is kind of weird because he never did healing jutsu in anime, so it makes much more sense for him to be a defensive type. And Choji's going to be a defensive type. I mean, I understand why Choji could be considered a defensive type, but it makes a little bit more. I mean, you could argue, but it does make. I could see where he could be an attack type more so than a defensive type, in my opinion. So that's nice. I mean, it's expected that we're at least going to get the Konoha 12. I'm assuming. I mean, we're at least going to get Ino, Rock Lee, Neji, all those great characters from Naruto that we know and love. So that doesn't worry me, but that's just a nice little tidbit there. So more characters is always a good thing in games like this. So I don't mind them being added. In fact, I'm happy Shikamaru is added. I'm definitely going to play him a little bit. So yeah. And so yeah, that was pretty much it with the information we got on the game. It's looking pretty good, honestly. I know people were complaining about the graphics. People were saying it looked kind of clunky and whatnot. But I think at this time, I believe, I can't remember, this game is either 20% or 40% complete. It's in between there. I can't remember. And people got to understand, I feel like it's going to get better. Come on now. We're heading into 2018. Your game can't look like shit at this point. It's expected Uh, at this point, it's the norm for a game to have good graphics. If you don't have good graphics, you're already starting at a disadvantage for sales and whatnot. So you have to have good graphics. I'm not worried about that. I honestly feel that by 2018 it's gonna look fantastic. It's also running on Unreal Engine, which is good as well. And then one more thing I want to talk about. People are complaining about how this game looks like Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, which was another game similar to this. It did the same kind of like free for all esque gameplay. I don't really understand. Like, it's weird because I've seen people complain. I've talked to people, and I've seen people in the comment section complain about it. And it's like, why are you complaining about this? Like, they'll say, "Oh, this game looks like Battle Z. Oh, this game is copy and paste of Battle Z." And I'm like, it's not a copy and paste, and yeah, it does play similar to Battle of Z. But if that's the case, where's the fault in that? I know Battle of Z was horrible from my understanding, but still, this game, even if it does play similar, it can still fit. It can still be better in some areas. It can be better as a whole. It just depends. We don't have the game yet. We'll have to play it. We'll have to see how it unfolds. So there's that. I don't really mind that it rivals Battle of Z in that regard. It's honestly looking like a fun Naruto game, and that's what I really want more than anything, is a fun Naruto game, because I just enjoy watching and playing Naruto games. So that's my opinion, and it's looking like it's going to satisfy that want. But anyways, thank you guys for listening in on my opinions regarding Naruto To Boruto. It's looking like a pretty good game, and I can't wait for more information to be released. Thank you guys for watching. This is Mysterious Man Toby signing off. And lastly, we actually this.
You won't get away! So long. You do the rest. Ready? You stay put. You take it from here. Stay put. You take it from here. You take it from here. Take this! Ready to go. Take this! Lava side! Charging rock! You take it from here. Gotcha! I'm ready. The victor has been decided.